Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 3rd of May. It's May Bank Holiday here in the UK. Some people are working, obviously, but not everybody. But we have new mods and we do have some updates. The updates are as follows. From left to right, South Parana, the map by Enrique Agro Farm BR, the Lizard Bale trailer by Ostry, the Zator Crystal 4-cylinder pack by Puszkap, FS19 and Voxel, the Polish barn by Kazani317, and the all-in-one silo system by CJFarming have all had updates today. Getting straight into it, we have got the Buckets pack by Puszkap. These you'll find under Tools and Miscellaneous. They are 1 slot each, 0.32 megabytes to download the pack, 100 to buy for each of them, and 100 litres each. These will hold pretty much everything apart from the one thing I want them to hold. They will take pretty much all crop types, they'll take everything 100 litres, but they won't take water, which is what I kind of need on my current Let's Play. But regardless of that, very nice detail. I mean, when you look at them, we've got a rusty bucket, standard bucket pail, blue plastic, and then a sort of black, almost like the builder's sort of tub type things. And they actually, the textures and detail look different on them. So there you go, Buckets pack. As I said, you'll find them under Tools and Miscellaneous for 100 each, 100 litres by Puszkap. Moving on, we have got the Mesh Fence. This is by Kazani317, 0.62 megabytes download. Each section, like this, well, the first section is 2 slots, then it drops down. It's 100 to buy. It might be a little bit more to place, depending on how even your ground is. You'll find these under Miscellaneous, Placeables, and it's just that one section, piece of mesh fence. You can't change the colour, you get it in that green, and then you link them together from there. That's by Kazani317. Next, we have got the single story house. This is under farmhouses. It is a sleep trigger. It is 9.48 megabytes download, 16 slots on console. This is by Tailan and Agro mods. It is 50,000 to buy and place. Unfortunately, you can't go inside the building. We've had one very similar to this, or a couple very similar to this. It does say animated lights. I assume that means automatic. They do come on. There's no light switch that I have found. And the trigger is just here at the front. If you're tired, you can skip time. So there you go. The single story house by Tailan Agro mods. Moving on from there, we have got the pack of small buildings. This you'll find under Sheds. It is 9.38 megabytes to download. It's by BarT. We have got the brick shelter, which is this one here, and the small garage, which is the one that's behind. The brick shelter is 15 slots, 20,000 to buy. And the small garage is 22 slots and 25,000 to buy. Please open. There we go. There is lighting inside. The light switch is down the end here. Nicely detailed. 4 sets of opening doors. These will be for small to medium machinery. And then the garage is just here, again with the light switch. A few bits and bobs on the inside. I think it's what kind of pushes the slot count up sometimes on these. Obviously, very small. You're only going to get small machinery into this one here. So that's the pack of small buildings by BarT. Now, in contrast to that, we've got this. This is the large hall. This is by, I'm going to say Mac Halleck. It's M9C. I keep saying M9C Halleck. I think it's Mac Halleck. This is under Sheds. It is the large hall. It is 2.98 megabytes download and 5 slots on console. This will set you back 70 grand, provided your ground is level. If it's not level, then you may be charged extra for landscaping fees. But you need a lot of space to put this down because it is absolutely huge. 4 sets of doors, one on the end, 3 sets of doors running down there, and as you can see, it's a cavern inside. The light switch is right the way over here. There you go. Now, there is a skylight across the top there, and you can see the lighting come in. Nicely done. Looks good. So yeah, I mean, it's an absolute beast. That's the large hall by McCulloch. Moving on from that one, we'll come around the back of these to this pack here. This is the small haul pack. You'll find this under sheds as well. This is by AERO, Battle Wolf 781, 5.26 megabytes download. There are 3 variants in this. Variant 1, which is this one here, is 30,000 to buy and 4 slots. Variant 2, which is this one here, is 25,000 to buy and is 3 slots. And variant 3 is 20,000 to buy and is also 3 slots for the first one. Nice brick design. Again, fairly small buildings. You're not going to get very big machinery because of the height of the entrance, and that ceiling is there as well, so you haven't got like a large open expanse inside it. We do have light switches. It's a multi-clicker. Same for each one. Difference between this one and this one, you've got the post in the middle, and then between that one and that one, you've got the doors on as well. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. So I'm saying you find these under sheds. That's the small haul by AERO, Battle Wolf 781. Next, we have got the, where is it? A modern pack of fences and garages. This is 14.82 megabytes download. This is by KrzychuTheGamer. So, first section is the fence wall section. You'll find these under decoration, placeables and decoration. Now, I thought we'd had these already because in each of these we've got 2 different styles. So we've got the smaller fence section, slightly larger fence section and posts. We've got the larger brick section and the slightly smaller brick section a little bit more. I mean, look a little bit more weathered. That looks a little bit sort of, almost like tiled, really. That's more tiled and that's more a brickwork one. So we've got those 2. These are under decoration. Then you've got these 2, and then you've got the posts that go with it. So have a quick look at those. This is all part of the pack. Only because there are a few of them, so it's just remembering the prices. You have 500 for the smaller fence section, 1,000 for the larger, and 100 for each of the posts. Slot counts were only about, I think, 2 or 3, and then come down to 1 for any subsequent one after that. And then we've got, next to that, the garage 33 by 13 meters. That's 20 slots and 40,000 to buy. And then we've got the garage 20 by 7.2 meters. That one is 18 slots and 30,000 to buy. We have our ivy. Come on, open, there we go. Lighting and nice detailing. I don't know if these are all individual barns. I think that the end one might be, then the rest goes right the way through. Yeah, there we go. The light switch just over here. So this one is the 33 by 13 meter, and then we've got the smaller one here, the 20 by 7.2, which goes all the way through with our lighting just here. So I think that's it for sheds, barns, buildings, houses, that kind of thing. We're going to whiz through to the back. We'll get into the vehicles and stuff in a moment, because next we've got this. I always said it was a bridge too far. The bridge pack. This is by Sand Hill Modding. 2.99 megabytes download, 3 slots each on console. We've got a standard bridge. We've got individual sections, which you could do as an individual, just a bridge for walking across to get across gullies, rivers, that kind of thing. or by putting two next to each other you can get vehicles across, and by doing that you can then set the width apart you want. That's entirely up to you. Then we've got a medium bridge section here, and the reason I haven't put that across anything is because these are a little bit different to what I've encountered on console before. Now it does say there's a sort of set of instructions. It says you want it to be level when you place at least one side of it so you can get the right level for it. But what often happens when you put placeables down, any placeables on console, and especially bridges, the few that we've had, you can't then landscape around them. It won't allow you to get anywhere near them. They kind of have a collision around it. These don't. You can actually build up around them. You can raise and lower the ground, and you can do stuff. So you can really make them blend in, which is a little bit different. I haven't really come across that. I'm just looking at my list for the actual price. That's the best thing to do. We'll have a look in where they are. So under decorations, I think these were. So we've got the small bridge, 550 to buy. Nice and cheap as well. The single wheel bridge, or if you want it as a footbridge, is 700. And the medium-sized bridge is 925. Slot counts on these, I said there were 3 each, didn't I? And that drops down to 1 for each of them, which is pretty handy. So when they're placed, what I'm going to do now is put my menu on there. I'm using my Logitech side panel on my PlayStation. That's how I'm managing to avoid bouncing out of the menus. And then if we go to landscaping, now the landscaping is not going to be pretty, it's not going to be perfect, but it will just prove the point and kind of show you what I mean. If we switch to that, switch from painting to raising and lowering, and let's zoom in a little bit. So around this, because it's kind of sitting a little bit proud, I can raise that a little bit. So I bring the land up a bit. You see what I mean? You can bring up or down. I should have just stopped that one there. And you can see we've already brought it up just enough. That one probably just there would have been all right, like that. So you can bring it up or down so the bridge kind of fits in. Like I say, normally you can't, it just won't let you. Bring that up a bit to the right level, and it just matches it all up. I like that as a detail, especially when you're doing your landscaping. It blends them right in. And the beauty as well with the other way around is, I mean, there's water under here because it's no man's land by Alien Gym. Now, not all maps are going to have the water underneath. But what's great is, if I go the other way, if I place the bridge first and then lower, it will let me landscape around it like that, which I just think that's fantastic. So whatever scripting, coding has been done to allow that, hats off to that. That's absolutely brilliant. Bring that down a little bit more. Just get the grass away from that bit. And then you can just sort of tailor, like I say, if I raise a little bit here, just to bring that up a little bit. Where are we? You've seen me do it already, but... And you can smooth out from there. That is brilliant. That one obviously went a little bit awry, and I would always suggest, if you're doing landscaping, save your game before you do your landscaping. If it works, save it again. If it doesn't, go back to the previous save, and I can just smooth that out. But that has blended that in perfectly. So if at first you put it down, it doesn't seem to sit right, you've got a big gap like that, you can absolutely landscape it in. Now, on PC, that may be something you've been able to do for a long time. On console, it hasn't always worked particularly well. So that's fantastic. That's the bridge pack by Sand Hill Modding. Like that. Moving through, we've got this. Let's turn that off. We've got this, the all-in-one Tradingzone. This is rather nice too. This is by CJFarming, 16.85 megabytes download. You'll find these under miscellaneous. So these are sell points, and they will allow you to sell everything. Absolutely everything there is a price for. And the price is slightly elevated too. So this one here, we've got 2 sell points for solids, one this side and one this side. Around the back, we've got a sell point for liquids. So it's more of a tank. And then over here, there's a separate one. So this will take wood chips, it would take everything. Absolutely every single liquid and solid it will take. Then this one over here is for your lumber. So if you want to sell your wood, you bring it to this one. So you can place these individually. Don't have to place them together. You can place them wherever you want. Actually, you can put them pretty close to each other as well. I like this. Now, as far as I don't think you can go inside the building. Pretty sure you can't. Oh, you can. awesome. That's me saying pretty sure you can't. I'm glad I came in here. Changed the poster on the outside wall here. Really? Oh, there we go, look. All-in-one trading zone. I like that. So what we'll do is go into this menu and scroll across to our prices. So the all-in-one trading zone. And what's interesting is the two for solids, these two here, are actually almost trading against each other because they have got different prices. But look at the prices. They're pretty good across the, and like I say, as I'm scrolling across, it's got a price for everything. You can sell your seed, your fertilizer, pig food, everything. Grass, herbicides, you name it. I mean, buy everything. There's no point me listing it all. I've just said it's everything. So, under placeables, miscellaneous, the all-in-one trading zone is 135,000 to buy. Slot count on that was 18. I think it was 18 for that one. And the slot count drops down to 1. And then the one for logs, which is separate, is 39,900. That's 24 slots. It's interesting that way around, actually. 18, 24. But they are. Yeah, 39,900. Slot count will drop down to 2. I suppose because of what it has to do as part of the coding and scripting and that kind of thing. But anyway, very, very cool. That's by Chris CJFarming. Moving on from there, I think we're going to go through to the back. We're going to flex our quads with these. This is the quad transport. We have got a trailed version to put your quad onto, whichever quad you've got or other vehicles, and then we've got a front mounted, like a 3-point link. Now it doesn't have to go on the front, you could put it on the back, it will go on a 3-point link. But if you're pulling other things as well and you want to take your quad with you, this will work. Now that looks tiny compared to the quad, and it is. So it has a few tricks up its sleeve. It's actually pretty cool. You'll find this under tools and low loaders. The front quad transport is only £1,000. Slot count goes down from 3 to 1. The quad trailer is also only £1,000 and goes down from 2 to 1. Options, we can change the main colour on both. And then we can change the wheel brand on the trailer from Lizard to Knock-In. Those are your options. What we'll do is we'll start with the trailer. Now, this is a little bit, I don't know, not trickery is the wrong word, but if you go onto the website Mod Hub, it shows one of these, the John Deere quad utility vehicle, strapped down. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But I don't know if that's a PC modification, because if I do the straps now, they don't go with the vehicle. So it could be a modification. It could be a modded quad. It could be that it'll work on PC but won't work on console. Again, could be a scripting thing. But there are straps on there, so you don't just have to use it for vehicles. You could put pallets and bales and things like that on if you wanted to. This one doesn't have straps at all. It doesn't actually need them because the ramps fold up and kind of hold the quad in place. So what we'll do, I think the lock-in script is pretty good. Can I get through that gap without knocking that mod? Just about. Now I'm going to help. I'm going to help the open window. I'm going to open the help window. If I do L1 and right stick up and down, that raises and lowers my ramps, locks them in place. So I'm going to take the straps off, and what we'll do is check the locking scripts, get a bit of speed up and jam the anchors on. Doesn't move at all, doesn't move when reversing. Jam the anchors on again, no movement, which is pretty good. Now obviously you could put anything on there. If you've got a tractor that will fit onto that, then there's no reason at all why it won't work with the tractor. Ramps down, we're good to unload. Fantastic. Now the front one is a little bit more whiz-bangy. It's quite cool. I'm racking my brains thinking if we've had one like this. We've had a few front things. I'm just trying to think. So let's try and get an angle we can see this. All right. Go up a little bit. So I've lowered it. L1 and circle will raise and lower the whole assembly. With my finger on L1, right stick side to side will extend it, and then up and down we'll put the ramps down. So I can extend that side and put the ramps up and down with L1 and right stick. Then R1 and right stick side to side will extend that side, and up and down will raise and lower the ramps. So we can drive on and off and extend it out. If I then go L1, R1 and right stick side to side, I can change the width. So you don't have to put, again, doesn't have to be a quad, doesn't have to be, we have got some smaller quad bikes. It could be a utility vehicle, it could be a tractor, it could be all sorts of things. But from that small initial kind of package on the front, it does have quite a few options for adjusting to fit multiple vehicles. I really do like that. So what I've got to do now is try and get it about the right width. That looks about right for that. Should line up a little bit better. R1 and right stick. Let's go up. Now I'm looking at it, it doesn't look wide enough. Yep. Needs to be wider. So I bumped up right up against that. I'm going to hop out. L1. Right stick up. Oh, keep that out. There we go. Then L1 and circle, lift the whole up. And away we go. Obviously that front one is a little bit more fiddly because there's quite a few more options, and on a controller it's a little bit trickier because some of them will override the others. Let's go a little bit wider with that, and it can sit on there a bit better. There we go. So there we go. We have flexed our quads. I like those. Very cool. That's a very nifty bit of kit. So that's Quad Transport by Cyril Modding 88. Moving on from there, we have this, the one axle trailer. This by Cashtan 18, 9.35 megabytes download and 4 slots on console. I'm just trying to think. The Quad Transport, did I say it was 4.77 megabytes download? Sorry. So this one is 9.35 megabytes download, 4 slots on console for the first one. We have 3 different trailer options. We've got the smaller size, slightly larger size, and we've got a bale trailer option. The bale trailer has straps on the back, as you can see. There's a couple of different tyre options. We can have a double if you want a double. And we've got 3 mudguard options. We've got the metal mudguards there, plastic mudguard that arches all the way over, or no mudguard at all, which is what I went for on that one. If you go for the smaller version, interestingly, you do get straps across the top of that as well. So you could put all sorts on there, not just grains or crops and that kind of thing. And as you can see, they do have rear trailer hitches, and they will hook up to each other and other trailers that may be available to you. You'll find this under Tools and Trailers. The one axle trailer right at the very end, only 6,900. If we look at the options, we've got the smaller trailer is 5,453 litres. That's for the single story. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette. We can change the main colour, which says the chassis, to anything on that palette. Design colour does the boarding on the side. Let's go for a green. So capacity 5,453. Then we can go up to 9,906, or we can go for the bale loading. And then we've got the option of, zoom in a little bit, we've got Lizard 1, Lizard 2, Lizard 3, Lizard 4, which is slightly different treads and slightly different sizes, only by a little bit. Then we've got one Trelleborg. Under the Lizards, we've got Narrows, or we've got the Twins. On each of those, we can go through enough narrow or twins on those. And then fenders, like I said, we have the metal ones, plastic, or none at all. Those are options. These are available. These can tip rear, left, or right as well. I don't know if the rear one will. But will. There you go. So even the bale one will. I switch to that one. Unload left. Doesn't tip, but whatever's in there will come out. Go to that one. I think that one is going to go right. It goes on, didn't we? So that, there we go. Although the straps do still stay on there, but that's not too much of a problem. So there we go. That's the one axle trailer by KrzychuTheGamer. Moving on. We have got the Isaria 6000/5 meter, 6.32 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. This is by driver 300. Nicely detailed. The little kind of harrow tines on the back of here move around as you drive it. I think because we've got the Isaria Scout now, that's how we can get the name for that one as well. It is only 3 meter, but like I say, the detailing on that is amazing. Very cool. It will do your regular seeding type crops. This is not a direct drill, so it will need a ground to be ploughed or cultivated first before you can do anything with it. This you'll find under seeders. 7,000 to buy. Only requires 35 horsepower. It's got a 700 litre tank, so it will need filling up a few times depending on what size field you're going to do. But like I say, it's only 3 metres. There are no options available. You get it as it is. It will run at 9 miles per hour. Let's hop in. Hook up. Now, you might see at the top, tiny little thing. That's filled up 700 litres, and there's a little bit of clipping with the seed through the top of the cover. It's a tiny thing, but it is there. It's visible. It's obvious. What I will do is, as we drive, see the little tines on the back moving around like that. Nice feature. What I'm going to do is double check. Yep, ridge markers. Now that's the same thing we've had before. I don't think we can extend those ridge markers, because I'm pretty sure, again, this is a problem we often encounter, or we have encountered a few times. The point of a ridge marker being that it will come out far enough that it will leave a line, and if you follow that line on the next pass, it will put you right in the exact position to get the rows over. So that it does need to come out far enough to allow for half of the vehicle, but I don't think, looking at that, and there's no way of extending that. That's interesting. It has got a ridge marker. Swap it to the other side and then back again. Open the cover. It's done like so. I've got it on wheat, but like I say, it'll do your regular seeding crops out to 9 miles an hour. This may fit a particular style of gameplay that you're on at the moment. If it does, fantastic. So Isaria 6005 3 meter by driver 300. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, which is this interesting looking thing. This is the Lizard Thunder. Sorry, Zach. This is by Hemerson Dentinho. It is 8.24 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. It looks like a case, but it's a little bit more of a kind of shark nose on the front of that kind of look to it. It looks a little bit more like a dragon, like Puff the Magic Dragon from the front. That's, yeah, I mean, it's a strange looking thing. It's a little bit different, I'll give it that. Quad track-esque. You'll find it under vehicles and large tractors. 350,000 for the base model. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. Design standard, or we can have a front weight on that. And then attachers on the back, we can have a standard sort of trailed attacher for larger machinery, or a 3-point link. There's no option to change horsepower. It's 492 horsepower. With those changes, with the weight and the 3-point link, it takes up to 355,600. for a 492 horsepower tractor. Yeah, it's a peculiar looking thing, isn't it? Horn, beacon on the top, lights. It's quite noisy. I love the vibration of the engine there, look. Mind you, if your engine was vibrating that much, I think you'd break your engine mounts, wouldn't you? Unless they've got a really good shock absorption system in there. It goes pretty quick. 38 miles an hour this runs at. Which is pretty fast. That is rapid. That's really rapid. Interior looks like this, and we've got this kind of, now sometimes I've shown this before, and this is just me, I'm just turning side to side, so rather than that sort of side to side, we've got a kind of bend up and down. Other people have then gone on and said mine doesn't do that. I don't know why. There's nothing I've done. It's just interior, exterior. It has got tinted windows, but this is the weird thing. From outside, I've got the option there, L1 and right stick up and down. Now watch inside. Look at the figure. Interior light. So we go down, look at the interior light. Comes on, then go back down again, goes off. If I go inside and look up as best I can, and now do the same thing, L1 and right stick up, nothing. I don't get any light come on inside, which is odd. But from outside, as you can see, the light's on, and then goes off. It's, yeah, I don't know. What's happened with that? A bit peculiar. But there you go. The Lizard Thunder by Hemerson Dentinho. Something a bit different. And that's it for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. And if you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.